I was one of those people that a disaster could happen and I'll be like, I'm okay. It's fine. It's okay. God is with me. And it's like, yeah. God is with you, but are we going to cry? Are we going to process the anger? Are we going to let it out? Are we going to talk about what's happened?
Don't be too loud about mental health. People will think you're weak. Like, that was the conversations aunties and uncles were having with us as kids. You can't be stressed. What is stress? You're young. I was
my gosh, that one.
you can't be depressed. And that was the conversations I was hearing.
Some sort of mental illness that would always be associated with the devil, or our God is not a God of depression. You've heard it all, how can you have anxiety when our God is strong and mighty? And so trying to navigate that.
When you don't take care of your mental health, this is how people end up murdering. This is how people end up killing themselves. This is how people end up on drugs for 10, 15 years because you're not taking care of some of the things. When we see people like that, it's easy to judge, but those people, when you start to look at them, they've had a long history of things that have been happening that either nobody helped or they didn't help themselves.
How can I actually be of service for this person? It might not necessarily be showing up to the hospital, or it can just be simply going, hey, maybe you should speak to someone. Because sometimes when you're going through so much, you forget that you can actually speak to someone.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest thing that you can do for somebody else.
Mental health is one of those, especially for us guys, like we go through it, but a lot of the time we just don't know the language around it. We don't know how to really confidently talk about it. So this is something, I guess, that I was really passionate about, because that's something that's very prevalent within our community, especially our men.
Communication is the biggest aspect of that. And knowing that sometimes you have to say no. No is the thing that a lot of people don't know.
So having like a trusted confidant that loves you enough that you can trust, that's able to see your blind spots, that you can go to and know that they want the best of you.
But I think when you chase after happiness, or this idea that you're supposed to be happy, or there's this feeling and this moment of happiness, you will end up getting sucked into the nothingness of life.